Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Self-Storage Association's Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This is the time when we gather to honor those professionals who, through their leadership, their accomplishments, and their contributions to their communities, earn special recognition from us, their colleagues, in the self-storage industry. Today, two more join the ranks in the Self-Storage Hall of Fame. I met Ken at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco during one of the first SSA meetings. I'm not quite sure what brought us together, but I suspect it was because he was one of the only Californians I knew that owned a gun and hunted. After that, I knew we would become longtime friends. Ken's history was just a primer for his entry into the self-storage business. Ken's background, although we both graduated with degrees in agriculture, was much more financially oriented than mine, with his co-founding of Equitech Financial Group in 1973. Ken became president of Equitech in 1977, eventually growing that company to $4.5 billion of assets under management. Through Ken's direction and leadership, the company went public in 1983, was listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 1985, and then, in true Ken fashion, a controlling interest was sold in 1987 to an outside group, and he promptly began looking for greener pastures. Ken was one of the leading pioneers in the conversion of existing real estate into self-storage. I first got to spend some time with Ken as a result of his selling his company to Goldman Sachs in 1998, which led to Devon becoming one of the U.S. pioneers entering the European self-storage market. In 2002, Ken repurchased his management company from Goldman Sachs, with the U.S. assets being sold at a very significant profit to what was then U-Store-It, prior to it becoming CubeSmart. Today, Devon's portfolio operates 50 stores in 19 states, employing 120 people with a market cap of over $350 million. Along the way, Ken was asked to join the National Board of the Self-Storage Association in 2003. Elected vice chair in 2004 and chairman in 2005 and 2006. Ken was the founder of Mid-Sized Owners Group, with the objective of creating a platform for mid-sized owners to meet and share ideas and information. The group has now grown to more than 175 members, representing over 5,000 stores. The name has since been changed to the Large Owners Council after the inclusion of the public REITs. Even though Ken was in constant motion over the years, he still gave back to his alma mater, the University of California, Davis, in being a trustee of the foundation for UC Davis for 9 years, 2 of which he was the chairman. During his chairmanship, the foundation completed a $15 million UC Davis Students First campaign. As part of the campaign, Ken and his wife Joanne funded the Kenneth E. and Joanne M. Nitzberg Scholarship Endowment for the UC Davis Graduate School of Management. Ken is now a member of the Northern California chapter of the World Presidents Organization. Ken is still very active in the self-storage business and has more recently co-founded and is the chairman of the Self-Storage Insurance Associates Limited, a Cayman Island tenant reinsurance company with 25 member firms and over 700 member self-storage facilities. Ken lives in Berkeley with his wife Joanne and his 2 daughters and 1 granddaughter. I first met Mike, his father Gordon, and his younger brother Chris in a hallway of the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco at my first ever Self-Storage Association conference in the mid-1990s. Little did I know that Mike and I were to become great friends. Mike has a long history in the self-storage business. His father, Gordon, started in the self-storage business in 1972. Mike soon joined the family business. But as Mike tells it, the Burnham family was in many different businesses over the past 40 years, ranging from raising horses for meat to be shipped to France to all other types of real estate. The company's efforts and achievements in the storage industry really began to accelerate in earnest in the early 1990s, with the formation of Storage Trust, which would become the second self-storage REIT to go public in 1994. In 1999, Public Storage completed a takeover of Storage Trust, leaving Mike and his family with 14 facilities, down from the 237 that Storage Trust was operating at the time. Mike and his family teamed up with Warburg Pincus, a leading Wall Street private equity firm, in 1999. The Wall Street firm would provide the capital, while the experienced self-storage operator would run the day-to-day operations. This proved to be a very successful venture, but in 2006, Warburg decided to cash in their chips. Mike's family wanted to purchase the assets from Warburg Pincus, but needed a new capital partner to pull off this acquisition. Ever the entrepreneur, a perfect partner was found who happened to live in Columbia, Missouri. Together, they purchased the portfolio from Warburg. Immediately thereafter, they began to acquire additional stores, growing the new company, Storage Mart, to a total of 70 stores in 12 states. At that point, the company ventured into the Canadian market, buying the only publicly traded self-storage REIT in Canada. The successful takeover netted Storage Mart an additional 67 stores in 5 provinces, making Storage Mart the largest self-storage operator in the country. Mike served on the board of the Self-Storage Association from 1991 to 1993 and was the chairman in 1993. Mike has been a frequent speaker at both the national level and at numerous state SSA association meetings. He is always available to unselfishly give of his experience and knowledge in the self-storage industry. Today, Mike's brother Chris runs Storage Mart, and the company is presently one of the largest private self-storage companies in North America, owning 170 stores and employing 510 people in 2 countries. The company has a current market value of almost $2 billion. Mike is married to Janice, and they have 2 children and 7 grandchildren. Mike is very active in his church activities and helped organize and sponsor what is now the annual prayer breakfasts at the spring SSA meetings. Mike is as proud as I am to be part of the Self-Storage Association, a great organization where one can call competitors friends.